Robben Island, many people know it as Mandela's prison, but here's what the brochure won't tell you. That island has been breaking out people for 4 centuries, and now they want to put a do not disturb sign on it. Let me explain why that is not just distasteful, that's an ancestral insult. Long before apartheid even had a name, Robben Island was the place where the colony sent people it wanted to disappear. Take our Queen Kretua, a so-called Khoi woman, an interpreter, a bridge between two worlds. She navigated Dutch colonialism with her bare hands, and when she broke under the weight of it, because of course she did, they banished her to Robben Island in 1674. She died there, alone, at the beautiful age of 32. The island's first prisoner wasn't a political revolutionary. She was a young, traumatized woman who saw her world stolen, and that set the tone. For the next 400 years, this rock became the colony's dustbin of human dignity, a leper colony, a mental asylum, a military base, and finally, the crown jewel, a maximum security prison for the men who dared to dream of a free South Africa. Mandela, Sisulu, Mbeki, Kathrada, Sobukwe, they didn't just do time there, they carried the nation on that island. Robben Island isn't a heritage site, it's a wound that never closed. And now, the Robben Island Museum, with all the sensitivity of a cash register, wants to turn the guardhouses into a tourist accommodation. 70 million rand, that's 3.7 million US dollars, to turn the architecture of oppression into a boutique experience. One House is already a pilot project. They are testing whether you can put a mini fridge into a trauma site. Spoiler, the reviews are in, and some people are calling it in poor taste, which is polite because there are some people who are saying they must serve. The museum's defense is corporate poetry at its finest. They say these once symbol of control and surveillance will now serve as contemporary social economic objectives. Translation, they found a way to charge admission for our own pain. They claim it aligns with social justice. Fascinating, because I don't remember the Freedom Charter mentioning and eventually heritage lodging with complimentary breakfast. But here's what they are missing. Robben Island doesn't belong to the tourism board. It belongs to the people Kretua was stolen from. It belongs to the activists who broke rocks until their hands bled. It belongs to the families who visited through glass and wire. You don't sleep there, you bear witness there. You go and confront the cost of freedom. To sit with discomfort so heavy, it has its own gravity. This isn't a repurposed warehouse in Woodstock. This isn't a trendy loft in a converted biscuit mall. This is where our ancestors were broken, where our leaders were forged in fire, where a young Khoi woman died of grief. And let's be real about who this is for. This isn't for the researcher. This is for the couple that posts on Instagram, living my best life at Mandela's prison. Look, Robben Island isn't a backdrop. It's a burial ground of dignity. And once you start monetizing memory, you don't preserve history. You sell it by night. So no, I don't want to turn down service where the gods slept. I also don't want to wake up on that island wondering if the continental breakfast includes apartheid amnesia. Some spaces aren't meant to be activated. Some stories aren't meant to be optimized. And some history deserves better than a booking.com listing. Robben Island should make you uncomfortable. Not because the mattress is too firm, but because the truth is